Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Price analysis on reserve rights today. It's an asset that I've been holding for a long time and accumulating, and I just put a tweet out a couple of minutes ago, so I thought good time to jump on and just talk about some key levels which you could use to your advantage, whether you are looking to buy, whether you're looking to sell, to accumulate, whatever you want. We'll take a look at some levels. So I just put a tweet out a minute ago. This is a 6 hour time frame. Just monitoring a few key levels. We've got a nice level here, which is a level of resistance up at around 0.5%. So, I mean, we're on a nice move now. If we're looking at this low here that we formed, and to the current TP up there, we're currently 22% up from the bottom, which is not too bad, to be honest. And I was just looking at this level here. We actually broke through this level at 0.0042. I am very surprised by the sheer force this has dropped. I think it's gone down to around 97%, which is unreal considering what the asset is building. But at the same time, we've had a lot of stablecoin FUD, and it is what it is. For me personally, it's still an asset that I'm looking to accumulate over however long this bear market lasts. I mean, obviously on the lower time frames, I will be looking to sell some as well to accumulate. So first level here, this is a nice level up at 0.044. I think if we do break that, which is it's looking quite likely, the market's looking a little bit positive. If you look on the right hand side here, we have got a little bit of green after Monday's sell-off. And if we have a strong Bitcoin and that starts increasing and pushing up to 17, 18k, you are going to get some altcoins doing some decent moves across the board. That's why I've highlighted this level up here. It's close to 0.5%, 0.0052. That's a level where I personally will be taking some profit. But beyond that, I've got another lot of levels up here. I mean, look where we are. I mean, even if you look at this on the daily time frame and zoom out, you think, Jesus Christ, look where we've been. We've actually been all the way up to 12 cent, and we're currently down at less than 0.5%, which is crazy. But it is what it is, isn't it? So I mentioned that level here, 0.5%. Look, it was a major support level back then in September. And then it was a support level here back in May. And we have been trading above it, but until Bitcoin lost them levels, FTX collapsed. It's been quite a bit of a bleak time on it, but it is what it is. Once we get above 0.5%, if we do continue this push up, then you're going to look up here at around that level. Beyond that, in terms of levels, it's very mismatched, and you could really look at this as the lower level and this is the high level, and you could EQ that, to be honest. So if you're looking for some TPs within that range, then you're going to look around here at around 7.98 cent, 0.8 of a cent, could be that decent area. And then above there, I've got a nice big fat juicy level at 1.1 cent. I mentioned I'll be taking some profit at 0.05. Or 0.005. That's a area where I'll be taking a little bit of profit, not much, but only because I bought down here. If we do get another sell-off, then I'll reaccumulate. If we don't, then I've still got my long-term bags, where on my long-term bags, I'm really looking to take a good amount of profit at 1.1 cent. It's a massive area. It's around that cent region. And look at here, back in October 2020, before I had that parabolic move up, it acted as a base before we did push on. So for me, that's a critical area. Anything above that, I don't see happening, to be honest, over the course of the next few months, unless something crazy happens. I mean, if you're looking at this as a price range from here to 0.5%, then you're talking another 21% move. Up to this region, you're talking 157% move. Beyond that, we have got some major levels up at 1.6 and at 2.2 cent. I mean, if you're looking at that, that's 278 up to 1.6 cent. And then beyond that, you've got another 400% up towards 2.2 cent, which I don't think it's going to happen over the short term. It will happen in the future, in my opinion. This is one of the strongest fundamental assets around, and it's an asset that I will be looking to hold on for long term. Obviously, I'll be taking profit on the way up, but I will be keeping that moon bag. And when I mean moon bag, I mean usually you can keep 5-10% of your portfolio. I'm going to be keeping a healthy moon bag of this. I'm talking around 60-70%, which is going to be just locked away, and I will be keeping that for a future. Whether that's tomorrow or 2-3 years time, because I believe in the project, I'm happy to hold on to that. And to be honest, everything for me is profit a minute, so it is what it is, and I'm happy to hold on to the assets I'm really fond of. And that goes for plenty of other assets. And for example, if you're a big Doge fan, hold that. A lot of people just never sell. Don't get into a mentality of never selling, but you've got to give yourself a target, and you've got to give yourself some realistic expectations. And for me, I think RSI will form some new all-time highs again. Whether I managed to hold back up there is another story. But I mean, if you're looking up at a 5 cent and 6 cent, they're massive levels where you think, Jesus, that would be some major profit from these levels down here. But yeah, I've been accumulating down at these levels, and I've talked about levels above. What about levels below? Because we've obviously got trading data back here, back in 2019 and 20, and we've got the big elephant in the room, which is that major support level down here, around 0.1%. I personally don't think it'll go there. We're at that point now where the markets are just starting to stabilise. There's a lot of liquidity dried up and there's people waiting for that next move. In my opinion, I think people are waiting for that next leg down, like we have been pretty much ever since here. Ever since price was up here, everyone's been waiting for legs down. And at some point, these legs down will stop happening. And I think a lot of people are going to get caught out at some stage. Whether that's now, I'm unsure. It's just a total guess. We've got people throwing out dates like BitBoy and Richard Hart saying, yeah, this is going to happen on this day, and this is... don't work like that, does it? I mean, if you... Even Capo, not Capo the third, but the other Capo one, that it's got about 700k followers or whatever. I mean, it's got... They give these targets, which 90% of the time don't happen. When they get one target coming, they shout from the high heavens, don't they? And I think that's what Capo is done to, in my opinion, but let's not talk about shit like that. RSR, yeah, we've got that level down there. Beyond that, I've got some other key levels marked up, which is this wick here, around 0.3%. I mean, if you want, you can ladder some down, so you could look at 0.3% and just ladder them all the way down to 0.1%. Massive area down there, and it is a decent area of liquidity, so I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I don't think it'll happen, but that's just an area to keep your eyes on in case the price did continue down. Like I say, at some point, you've got to think, right, market's been dying for over a year now. At some point, you've got to consider buying. I'm a happy buyer now. I know the fact that it can go down and it could come into these orders, but I know the fact that eventually it's going to go up. The asset is fundamentally strong. The team is still working. Nevins is a top bloke, and I really think he's going to do some massive justice for holders at some stage. Like I say, time unknown, but it is what it is. So we've looked at some levels down there. We've looked at some levels above. Look at 0.5 cent and then 1.1 cent for major TP levels, and then buying opportunities anywhere from 0.3% all the way down to 0.1%. But that's just some thoughts on Reserve Right today. Like I say, it is one of my favourite assets across the board. I've been accumulating that with many others with Elrond and Metis. Those three assets are ones that I've been really looking to accumulate over the course of the last 6 months. So fingers crossed things start to pick up at some point. Like I say, no idea when, but all we'll do is sit on his hands, be patient, don't do anything too stupid. The bulls will come again. That's it. If you're new here, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.